Well, hello everyone. It is Vivian Cherie here, back with the Beauty Brand Institute, and today we're going to be talking about how to use 24-hour recruiting power to build a team that will stay, pay, and refer. Guys, I'm so excited you're here, and just in case this is your first time attending this type of training, the Beauty Brand Institute is all about providing the beauty industry with growth hacks that will advance their business to the next level. Now, just in case you don't know, well, who is this for? Well, these trainings are for the beauty industry. So if you are a salon owner or a freelance stylist, maybe you own a boutique or a barber shop, or you could be an esthetician, or you own a salon or a nail salon. Okay. This training is for you, the beauty professionals. Now, today's training happens to be something that is particularly dedicated to the owners. Okay. And what do I mean by owners? I mean by beauty business entrepreneurs that own retail space, such as a salon or a barber shop or a boutique, but more specifically, beauty business owners that depend on other people that really needs a team to help their dream stay alive and come true. Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. How to use 24-hour recruiting power to build a team that will stay, pay, and refer. And I'm sure, even if you're not an owner at this time, the things that we'll be talking about today will be some things that you can still take and apply to your business. So today we're going to be talking about how to build a dream team, how to attract more loyal and long-term clients or team members. And then we're going to talk about how to put your recruitment in autopilot so that you can sift through a surplus of qualified applicants at your leisure. Before we get into this training, get rid of all the distractions and get ready to take some notes, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys some really cutting edge information along with some information that you probably heard before but you've never tried to implement. Okay. Now, while you're grabbing pen and paper, let me bring you up to date just in case this is your first time. And just to let you know, who am I and why should you even listen to me? Well, first of all, guys, I worked in 3 Fortune 500 companies in the leadership, branding, and marketing departments. I've authored 7 books, all in the world of entrepreneurship and leadership. And then for the 3 Fortune 500 companies that I work for, I like to tell people they were in the top 3 customer centric industries, which gives me the trifecta of top notch customer service. Those industries were technology. Um, the next one was pharmaceuticals, and after that, hospitality management. Okay, working for the technology company gave me a grade A education on branding and how to integrate technology into your business. Next, in the pharmaceutical company, working for them, it really gave me a bird's eye view and a complete, comprehensive understanding about processes and how to set up systems and processes so that you can get consistent results no matter who chair a client sits in. You're going to get consistent results. And last but not least, I work in the hospitality management department, and that was where we really talked about food, because you and I both know, if you are in the hospitality management, or excuse me, even if you're not in that particular profession, just on a very core and basic level, if you mess up someone's food, that's the quickest way you can get on their bad side when you're going out, to get services. So being in these industries really gave me a top notch and bird's eye view on how to put together processes, integrated technology and branding, as well as giving great customer service. But just to put the cherry on top, I had the awesome opportunity of becoming an intern for the Housewives franchise, taking care of their branding, recruiting, marketing, as well as event planning. So that was really a great opportunity. And being that I had already been in the beauty industry as a freelance stylist, this really gave me the opportunity to take a step back and say, do I want to continue on as an actual stylist, or do I want to impact, influence the beauty industry on another level? And I chose the latter because I truly believe that after leaving cosmetology school, which was a great experience, I truly believe that one of the biggest portions that we miss out on is actually how to run a business. Okay. And when you think about it, cosmetology, we did touch bases briefly on that, but the job of cosmetology is to teach you the fundamentals, and it is your responsibility to master them. Okay. And that was something that I learned working for the Fortune 500 companies. And I started thinking about the time that I spent in cosmetology. They teach you the fundamentals. This is the same thing with business. Everything that you want to master is always starts in the fundamentals. Okay. However, when you're living in a fast paced society, a fast changing society as we are today, you have to be able to change and adapt to things fairly quickly, or you will be left behind like so many businesses that have been left behind in the past. So let's get into this training. Now, according to IBIS World Projects, the revenue for hair and nail salons industry will continue to grow over the next 5 years. However, at this time, the beauty industry, I'm just going to call it the beauty industry as a whole, if I but it's truly going to be more than this. But particularly, I'm talking about the hair and salon industry. And hair and salon industry is including in the barbering as well. Okay. But according to the IBIS World Projects, the beauty industry is worth $62 billion at this time. Okay, now you can check this information out at ibisworld.com. This company sells statistical reports on any industry. Okay, they give you some free information, but they sell a very loaded and detailed, accurate, and current um, statistics on the beauty industry so that you can kind of wager more in and have a better understanding as far as the industry that you're in, regardless of what it is. Now, I said all this to say that there is no doubt that you are in the right industry. Okay. There is no doubt that the hair industry is growing, or the salon and beauty industry is growing. However, with that growth, we have also saw a lot of changes in the beauty industry that has really um, made it made the actual retail location part of the beauty industry has really created some challenges for them. And according to forestblog.com, they did a survey of over 100 beauty business owners. So that was salons, barbershops, estheticians, spas, and things like that. But they asked them, what are the top three issues that you have, or challenges that you have as a beauty business owner? Coming in at 48% was staff and support. Okay. So that's telling us that we have a people problem. Number two was marketing. Okay. Marketing is pretty much saying how you're relating to the public and how are you able to get clients? How is that working for you? And last but not least, the ability to make more, the ability to generate multiple streams of income. Okay, because a lot of people that own the salon that are still stylists, sometimes they feel as if they are chained to the chair because when they want to take time off, they cannot do so. Okay, so today we're going to be tackling that number one challenge, which is the staff and support and how to build a dream team. So let's get into it. Now, before we can discuss how to build a dream team and put it in a 24-hour recruiting power system that'll work for your business around the clock, we must understand that the infrastructure of a 24-hour beauty business. Okay, so the first part that we're going to discuss, and we're not going to discuss the complete infrastructure. I just want you to understand that when you're trying to build a system that will effectively work in your favor, you have to understand the fundamentals. Okay, and today we're talking about the fundamentals of business. The two fundamentals that we're going to be discussing today is number one is what type of brand you have. We're going to talk about your perspective, your business, and how customers see your business. Okay, and number two, we're going to talk about customers and clients. Okay, even if it is your staff and support, because at the end of the day, everybody that you're serving is your client and customer. And we know, everybody knows that customers are the bread and butter of any business. Okay, so we're going to talk about those two in a little bit more detail. But first, let's talk about the brand. Okay, before you even go out to, create some new modern system of how to recruit people for your salon and tackle this issue, you must answer this question first. What type of brand do you have? Okay. Now, your brand is what your business says to customers without saying a word. So, what type of brand do you have? What type of perception does your beauty business give off to the consumer's place? Okay. And the reason why this is important when you're thinking about recruiting is because you want to think about, okay, if I have a luxury brand, I'm going to be servicing luxury clients. I'm just calling them luxury clients. And with that being said, you need a team, okay? That their luxury team, okay? I'm not saying they have to be rich, but their whole mindset and their whole level of thinking has to be on a luxury mindset, okay? And this is why it's important to understand, okay, what exactly am I running here? What exactly is my end result? Okay, on previous videos, you hear me talk about it all the time. Whenever you're trying to get effective results or change something in a particular strategic manner, you want to begin with the end in mind. Okay, and the end is if you want a beauty business or a beauty salon or barbershop that flourishes with a 10-person team, you want to begin with the end in mind. What exactly does that look like? Okay. And so we're going to start off by talking about what type of brand do you have? Okay. So in my experience, I've researched there are over 7 types of brands, but the top 3 that I always come across is luxury, great value, and generic. Okay. Luxury is what it is, a luxury brand with a luxury price. Great value is a medium quality product with a great value price. And last but not least, generic brands. It's all about the price. It has nothing to do with the quality at all. Okay. So let's just say, for instance, with this training, you have a luxury brand. All right. So let's talk about the anatomy of this 24-hour recruiting machine. Now, the first piece of this machine is, since we already know what type of brand we have, the first piece of this machine is understanding the science of client attraction. Okay? And the science of client attraction is all about understanding who exactly are you trying to attract. Okay? Now, to get into this in further detail, this is called ideal client profiling. Okay. Now, yes, we are talking about recruiting, but again, you must have a particular ideal client in mind so that you can match up the correct type of recruits for your business. Okay. When you understand the type of ideal client you have, you'll understand the type of people that are the best representative of your brand. So, for an example, if you had a child brand, like a hair salon that's dedicated to kids, I'm not saying you have to have someone that has kids, but you want someone that is patient, that is, funny and comical and lighthearted, right? You don't want someone extra serious and things like that. So, what type of client is it that you're servicing? Okay. Now, there's 2 questions that you can ask yourself right away that'll give you a great uh, picture or bird's eye view of your ideal client profile. Number 1, who is buying my products and services right now? Okay. So if you have a retail location, obviously you can come up with a quick view or quick picture of the majority of your clients. And if you're online, there's other ways, such as getting your statistics and reports that you have and different analytics. Okay. However, if you don't have any clients or customers at this time, or if you don't have enough to really get a great understanding as far as who your ideal client is, you can always go to similar businesses. So you can go to someone's business page that have a business similar to yours, and you can say, you know what, I like their brand, I like how the people interact with them. Then you can start scrolling through and seeing what type of clients do they have, what type of people are they attracting. Okay. Now, the next question that you should ask yourself is, who can afford my products and services right now? Okay. This is going to be a twofold benefit question. Number one, again, it gives you a better understanding as far as who you're going to be servicing, who is the best fit to represent your brand. See, because if we're talking about people paying, staying, and referring, you want them to refer more people like themselves if they're a good customer. So, who is it that can truly afford your services? Okay. Now, the other part to asking this question can put an end to the discounting. Okay. First time client discounts. Okay. Now, here's the deal. We all live in a society where we want the best deal ever, right? Let's be honest. We all want the best deal possible. However, we also want to be valued for our craft. So if you target people that can afford your regular pricing, whenever you do decide to have specials and promotions, they're going to jump on them very fast, number one. But number two, they're going to have a more appreciative attitude about the value of your work with you giving this promotional price. Okay, so this question is very, very important. Now let's take a little deeper look at the ideal client profile. And then as we're discussing the ideal client profile, I want you to also think in return, what type of stylist and team member will be the best fit for your brand when you're thinking about your ideal client profile. So far we're talking about, we're going to have a luxury brand here, right? So let's get some more details on this ideal client profile. Okay. Number one, geographic information. Where are they located? Okay. Where are they located? Um, if you have a retail location, there is no way in the world that you should not know at least within a 10-mile radius every single zip code within a 10-mile radius of your place of business. So if you have a boutique, you need to know the 10-mile radius of every zip code in your area. Okay, we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty into this, but it starts off with that because people like to shop sometimes close to their home. Okay, don't get me wrong, depending on the services and the product, you can get people that shop also close to their job as well. But more times, often than not, people enjoy shopping closer to their home. So, what is a geographical location? Is it convenient for them to drive? The same thing for your team members. Okay. Number two, the demographical information. All right. Their age, their sex. Are they female, male, transgendered? Um, what's their ethnic background? Okay. What's their income level? See, if you have a luxury brand and your average ticket price is $200, there is no need for you reaching out to someone that makes $20,000. They're looking for that $100 hairdo, that discount. Okay, so since you understand that, why not target people that are already in that bracket? Now, some of you might say, well, how can we certify and verify that these people make this type of money? Well, there are plenty of sources out there that have verified income information. Just like, for example, if you felt that a great target market audience for your business would be homeowners, you know, home ownership is public records. There's plenty of ways that you can find out, you know what are the top subdivisions in my area? What are the top luxury apartment complexes in my area? Okay, this is the power of geographical location. So if you're recruiting, you want someone that's close, it's a convenience for them to get there. What are the top locations where these people would be located. What are the top areas, the top neighborhoods, the top cities, the top hangouts? Okay, but now we're talking about the demographical location. That's all about nationality, ethnicity, the income level, educational level. Okay, who exactly, how do they look? Okay, and I don't necessarily mean in physical, I just really mean overall. So for an example, if you have a particular type of a salon or a boutique and it's a plus size boutique, then you probably need to be reaching out to some plus size women. Okay, this is what I'm saying when I'm talking about how they look. Okay, there's no need of selling someone a size 0 if you know they wear a size 15 or 16. The same thing goes for your products and services. Okay, now the next piece with demographical location, what's their family size? Their family size, we have educational level. Okay, some of you are interested in people that maybe you said, well, I want them to be, you're recruiting, I want them to be 5 years graduated from cosmetology school. You want them to be a master stylist. Okay, some of you might say, well, I want someone that I can mentor. Okay, what is the demographic of your particular ideal client and your team member? Next, we're going to talk about the psychographical segmentation of marketing. This is all about how you connect people with their attitudes, interests, and opinions to your brand. So, for an example, what if you had a barbershop that let people bring their pets? Okay, that is a personal level, a way of attracting people to your brand, not just your customers, but your team as well. Because, see, your team is people. What you must start to understand about business is you are in business to solve a problem. Okay, a good problem or a bad problem. Okay, business is all about people helping people solve problems. Okay, how do you solve your customer or ideal client or ideal team member problem? See, when you can write down a list of solutions that you provide to a team member, not just a place to work and have a good environment. Come on, guys. You have to be more creative than that. Because here's the deal. You may have started your business back in 1995 when things were different and old fashioned back in the good old days, but it's 2020 now, and some of those rules does not apply anymore. This is why you've seen so many businesses and institutions that have literally closed down. Do you know why they closed down? It wasn't because they didn't have great quality product or customer service. It wasn't because they have not been in business for a long time. It is simply because they failed to adapt to the changing times. And this is what you must understand about your business. Business is not emotional at all. Business is logical. But when you connect it to your clients, you want to be able to connect with them on a personal level as well as your team member. Okay. So we're going to talk more about that because a lot of you don't understand that one of the main reasons why you're having challenges recruiting and attracting people to your business, this is also the number one reason why the salon suite has just popped up all over the place. Is because stylists for the longest were complaining about just feeling like they're renting space. You as the owner, they only felt like you was a landlord, and that's it. There were no more benefits. Okay. So as soon as they get the opportunity to jump ship, guess what they're going to do? They're going to leave. See, if you don't tie them into something more deeper than just, oh, well, we've been in the business for 30 years and we have great customer, anybody can say that. And here's another truth that is relevant right now. You have people on YouTube right now that does not even have the credentials that you have, yet they have billion-dollar businesses sponsoring their beauty business channel. Do you know why? It's not about credentials. It's about how do you connect with the target audience? How do you connect with the ideal client? Okay. And last but not least, the way that you would target customers and recruits is behavioral information. So behavioral information pretty much says what is their expertise level, their user status. Are they novice? Are they students? Are they experts? Okay, are they still in training? Okay, and then it also talks about the occasion in which someone activates or purchases or does the action that you want. Okay, so here's a quick idea. Certain times a year, certain times of the year, people are under the perception that businesses are not hiring. Okay, so if that's the case, around that time of year, you should have advertisement all over the place. Okay. A lot of times at the beginning of the year, I've heard people say it all the time. And to be honest with you, I don't like it when they say it. But if that's their perception, that's their reality. But they always say, well, at the beginning of the year, people aren't hiring. And you know what? This is true in some industries. But I'm going to tell you, when you have a different mindset that people are always looking for good people, you will see opportunities everywhere. Okay, so now that we have the ideal client profile of your clients and the recruits that you truly want to work with, let's talk more about this recruiting piece. Okay, who exactly are you recruiting? Okay, so we know that we're recruiting people, right? But let's take a look at the generations, okay? Because these are the people that are in the workplace right now. So more than likely, 9 times out of 10, no. 10 times out of 10, you're going to have one of these generations working for you. Okay. First off, we have the baby boomers. We all love the baby boomers. We hear about the baby boomers all the time. This is the Steve Jobs era. Okay. This is the era where people was going to Woodstock. Okay. A lot of the baby boomers right now are heading towards retirement. Okay. A lot of the baby boomers, all right. Next, you have Generation X. This were people born in the mid 60s to the early 1980s. Okay. And then you have Gen Y, and sometimes they're called the millennials, but they're born during the 1980 to late 90s. And then you have the millennials, okay? And they say these are ones born in the early 2000s and so on. But truth be told, the millennials were born in the late 90s and then early 2000s, okay? So why is this important to you? Well, this is important because if you have a business in 2020, who is it that you want to work for you? Because see, right now, the baby boomers are getting ready for retirement. And the things that motivated them to work for a company and stay are going to be different than the rest of the generations. Now, a lot of you might hear the word millennial a lot. And the reason why is because in the next 5 to 10 years, millennials will be more than 75% of the workplace. Baby boomers will pretty much be retired. Okay, and you'll still have the Generation X and Generation Y, obviously. However, the vast majority of the workforce will be millennials. Okay, so some of you might say, well, what does that have to do with me? It has a lot to do with your business. Okay, because at this particular time, if we understand that logically baby boomers are going to be retiring, and we understand that their values are completely different than millennials, the way you recruit is going to have to be different. See, baby boomers was all about getting with a good company and benefits. Oh, you've been open for 35 years and 50 years. Oh, great. They were all about looking for security and retirement pension plans and the gold watch. Okay, but millennials, Generation X and Y, they're not looking for that. They're looking for different things. So, are you using old school and baby boomer recruiting tactics? And we're living in a different age and time right now, a completely different generation right now. Now, if you want baby boomers on your team, hey, have at it, because I love the boomers. The boomers are definitely some very insightful people, very, very cool. However, when it comes to hiring and recruiting for your business, You want long term, right? The baby boomers are not going to be long term members. They're going to be retiring soon. So what that does is that tells us we need to focus on the other generations. And today we're going to be talking about the millennials. Now, who are the millennials? Now, according here, the millennials are the most educated generation. 26% of the millennials are married. That's low. Born between 1977 and 1995. Okay, so the time frame varies, but I'm going to say um, about 1978, 79 till about 2000, to be honest with you, are the millennials. The millennials pretty much represents the age where technology, they pretty much came up through technology. Okay. Now, why do millennials should matter? Well, guess what? Millennials have $1.78 trillion in total spending power, 200 billion in direct spending power. 25% of the US population already is millennials. Okay? And then 75% of the workforce will be millennials by 2025. Guys, that's 5 years from now. Okay? So this is why millennials should matter to you. If they have a total spending power of 1.78 trillion, then that should tell you that they are important. They are revenue makers. They're bringing in that they're going to rake in the dough for you. This is why it is important for you to understand millennials and how to influence and impact them to want to be a part of your team. So, what matters to them? Well, let's talk about how to recruit millennials for your business. Millennials are different because a lot of times people crack so many jokes about millennials. But did you know the number one way to connect with millennials is through uh, purpose driven pursuits? Okay. Millennials love to be connected to something. Think about it. Social media. Social media is not about bragging or, oh, we're just going to post pictures. The core fundamentals, the core level of social media is all about connectivity. Think about it. You want people to follow you, you want to be an influencer. It's all about connectivity, okay, at the core level. So when you want a millennial to work for you, you want to connect with them through the things that they love. They love working for brands that have a passion and a purpose behind it, a bigger picture, okay? Also, they love to have fun as well. Not just because they're young, but they don't want to feel like it's just another job. This is what will make them leave. Okay. They love to discover new things, to keep it fresh. Okay. Uh, I was looking at some, uh, I was looking at some different articles online, and they talked about how a lot of top firms are recruiting millennials, such as Google and Facebook. And one thing about my mentor, Tony Robbins, says that success leaves clues. When you want to find out how to do something, find out who's doing it better than you and mirror them. And after studying Google and Facebook, especially Facebook, which was found by a millennial, okay, um, I come to realize one of the top two ways to recruit and keep millennials is number one, make them feel like they're part of a family, like part of something bigger. Number two, give them a clear career path. See, back in the day, people were happy. A lot of people were happy just staying on the same level year after year after year. Millennials, they want to know that they can move up. They want a little bit of variety. Okay, so these are different ways that you can reach out to them, different ways that you can package your products or your services. You want a team member, you want to recruit. These are different ways that you really need to try to connect to millennials. Okay, now here's another thing about millennials that you must understand. Millennials is the generation that was born into technology. Okay, there's no way around it. So let's say, for instance, if you said, I don't want to do I don't want anything to do with social media at all. Now, keep in mind, I want you to have a broad perspective when I say social media. Social media is not just Facebook and Instagram. Social media is any type of platform where people gather. Okay. So when I say social media, don't narrow your focus on Facebook and Instagram. Don't get me wrong, guys. There's billions of people there. So this is why, to be honest with you, if you're truly about growing your business and recruiting, you wouldn't shut out certain avenues where you can get clients. The thing is, you have to know how to use it effectively for the goals that you want to accomplish. It's not about staying on there all day. When I do social media, whether it be for a company or my own business, guys, I'm on there a max of 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, a max. And that's with some engagement included. That's with engagement included as well as posting. Okay. So you don't have to spend hours and hours on Instagram yourself. But check this out though. The millennials, 72% of them are on Facebook. Listen to this. 54% says that technology brings them closer to their family and friends. See, this is telling you how they feel. They spend 20 to 21 hours each month on social media sites. Guys, that's over 5 hours a week that they spend on social media sites doing what? Connecting with other people. Now, isn't the purpose of you recruiting is to connect with great recruits for your business? This is why you must understand that social media is a great tool and resource. But again, it's not the only one. Now, here's another idea, guys, as far as recruiting goes and avenues. Again, depending on the brand that you want, the brand that you're building, guys, you could advertise on so many different sites. There's something called solo ads. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about them in a second here. But solo ads, guys, you literally could spend $10 a week and have 1,300 or so people reach your advertisement every week. Think about how powerful that is in the background. Every week, you're just spending $10 and you got 1,300 people checking out your information about your brand and your recruitment and your application. That's very powerful. This is why I'm telling you that social media is powerful, but not just social media, really grasping hold of technology and all the opportunities. Okay. There's another site that I really enjoy where you can go find, when I say loads of recruitments, loads of them. This particular website is a place where people go to meet up in different groups and programs according to their interests. So, say for instance, if you had a makeup artist or makeup bar, this particular website hosts different groups of people that are getting together talking about makeup, hair, fashion. So, what if you had your own meetup, or what if you sent a recruiter or one of your top stylists to start going to these meetings? And here's the powerful thing about this particular social media platform, because it's a social media platform, it's just not the social media platforms that you're used to discussing. Okay, what if this particular platform was founded in New York? Okay, you could literally type in your zip code and you can put in the category of events that you're interested in. And every single event in your area, free and paid, will pop up. You literally could send out a recruiter, okay, quote unquote, or a stylist, okay, with your information about you hiring, whatever your marketing pieces is, and give them out. That could be a part of your recruiting plan. Not just the same, oh, well, I'm going to post something on Craigslist. Oh, well, I'm going to post something here and a little bit there. Guys, this is something that you can do every week that will be enjoyable, pleasurable. How about this? On this particular site, guys, you could even host your own event, okay, such as Eventbrite. How many of you have heard of Eventbrite? Eventbrite is a website where You can go anywhere in the world, but I'm definitely going to say in the continental US, you can go anywhere in the United States and look for different events according to your niche. Okay, so if you have a hair salon, you can go to eventbrite.com right now and type in hair salon events or fashion and beauty events in my area. So, say if you were in Miami, okay, or you're in Las Vegas, and you say, you know what, I'm going to be in LA. I'm going to be in LA on this particular day, and I want to connect with other hairstylists. Maybe I can get some recruits to relocate. Guys, you can go to any city in the US and type in your zip code and the criteria, and guys, events will pop up in that complete area. Now, what if, like I said, you took one person from your salon or barbershop or boutique, or yourself as the owner, went every week, even if you did it on a slow day? Because the powerful thing about Eventbrite is there's events all week long. It does not necessarily have to be on a Friday or a Saturday. It could be on a Wednesday. It could be on a Sunday when majority of the beauty businesses are closed. You can literally head out with your materials and start recruiting on a Sunday in a form of entertainment. Okay. This is why I want you to understand, when I personally say social media, I don't want you to form a box and only think Facebook and Instagram. Guys, there's over 10 different platforms of social media. Okay. And the key is for you to use them, especially the ones that a lot of people are not really using. This is how you can really extract the best value. Okay. It's just like YouTube. Everybody is doing YouTube. Don't get me wrong. YouTube is another great platform that you can get on to recruit. And here's the deal with social media, guys. Social media is not about you as a business owner. It's not about you bragging or showing people, oh, we're bragging about this, or we're trying to put on this influence or whatever. It's about you showing the world about your brand and how proud you are of your accomplishments and why they should want to work for you. Okay, this is what social media is about as a business owner. Okay, it's about you bragging about the solution that you provide, the results that you have, and who you're looking for. Okay, because I can tell you this. Say, for instance, if you went to one of these events and you found five different graduates, or that they've already been doing hair, but they just graduated, they have their license, they just graduated from Aveda College. Okay, and they both are, let's say they're 31. I can guarantee you, if you give them some information about your salon as far as hiring, and they may sound interested, I can guarantee you the first thing they're going to say is, what's your Instagram account? Okay, because they want to check you out. Let me see, how is your brand represented out here? Let me see what you're about. Because your flyer can say one thing, but let me check out your Instagram. Let me see the work. Does your work jive with me? Am I on the same frequency as the ambience of your place of business? Okay. So you must understand that social media and technology is just a way of connecting yourself to the other part of the world. But the cool thing about technology is that you don't have to be connected to everyone. You can go in and have particular targets of people that you're looking for: age, sex, location, hobbies, interests. Isn't that cool? There has been no other time in history where you can get so specific in your targeting. Okay, so I urge you, I want you to research some different social media sites outside of Facebook and Instagram. Okay, I'm gonna give you another one that a lot of people do not realize has so much talent on: Pinterest. Pinterest has grown so much. And here's the thing, a lot of people don't know: Pinterest, and don't get me wrong, the beauty industry is mixed, okay? But Pinterest has been a number one place of inspiration for hair and beauty, especially to women. Okay. I was reading some information again on Google about Pinterest and how it's grown so much. Do you have a Pinterest account? And the cool thing about Pinterest is not it's a social media website, but it's not like your average social media. It's all about curating great information. So imagine if you were a 30-year stylist and you're really serious and wonderful at coloring, and you had some inspirational colors on Pinterest. Think about all the people that will connect to your brand through that particular application. Okay. It's all about making yourself seen in the public eye, yourself and your team bragging on your work so that people will be interested and excited. Because here's another interesting fact about millennials that I was reading. Did you know that millennials are the most confident generation that we've had thus far? Yes. So it pays to brag. Okay. Me personally, if you have a retail location, I know for a fact that that is no easy feat. I would want to brag about my accomplishments and not bragging in a term of, well, we've been open for 50 years. Guys, that doesn't mean anything to anyone. Okay. I mean, bragging like not verbally, but visually. Okay. Let your work speak for itself. That's what social media is about. And then going forward to connect it to the right people. So let's talk about how to market to these millennials for less than a cup of Starbucks for 24 hours a day. This is another thing that is so powerful about the internet. Not just social media though. I want you to understand that you literally can market your business. So if you want recruits, you can literally market for recruits for 24 hours a day for less than a cup of Starbucks and more effective. Let's talk about it. Well, we just talked about social media. Did you know almost every single social media platform outside of LinkedIn um is that you could literally advertise on these platforms for less than a cup of Starbucks every single day. Every day. Okay? The thing is you want to have the right content to go with it. Okay? Next, podcasting. So some of you might say, well, I still don't want social media. Well, here's the deal. You can't be invisible. If you're invisible, you're not noticed. Okay? So you don't want to become invisible. All right. And a lot of the different tactics that a lot of these old school businesses were trying because they did not want to do social media. They did not want to do Google AdWords. They didn't want to get into this. They didn't even want to hire anyone to do it. Guess what? Their doors are closing now. Okay. So I want you really want to put yourself in a position where, you know what, if I don't like it, let me just try it. This is why I'm so fond of the different tactics that we bring to you, because even if you said I'm completely against it, but I do want results, because we're not talking about what we like and what we don't like. At the Beauty Business Institute, it's all about results. And sometimes you're going to do things that's unorthodox. I don't want to say that's completely against your principles, because if it's a level or a matter of integrity, obviously you don't want to do that. But when we're talking about marketing your business on a high level of integrity manner, personally, to get results, you should want to make adjustments and take advantage of all the opportunities that you have. And the internet, social media, podcasting, blogging, these are ways that you can literally get your message, get your brand in front of people for less than a cup of Starbucks every single day. Now, just in case some of you are already doing advertising, okay, let's just put this in perspective. All right. So some of you right now are doing advertising. Maybe you're doing advertising an old fashioned way. I don't know. Maybe you're using Career Builder or Craigslist, and Craigslist is cool. Craigslist is still a great place, but if it's not working, that means you need to try something different. Okay. So let's just put into perspective. Say for instance, if you were using some old method or flyers or so, right? Let's say you were using flyers and Craigslist. Okay, I believe Craigslist is about $5 or so to post. It could be free, but I believe it's about $5 or so, possibly per week. Okay, and then let's say that you have some flyers. About 1,000 flyers will cost you about $100. Okay, so far, if Craigslist is at $5 a week and the flyers cost you about $100, that's $120. Okay, $120. Craigslist is not targeted at all. Okay, and your flyers, that's not targeted either. You would hope that they would use it and not throw it on the floor or on the ground when they found it, right? But right now we're at $120. Okay. Now if you take that $120 and divide it by 30, which is about how many days a week we have. Okay. I'm sorry, about how much per day. That's $4 a day. Okay. Now that's still similar to a cup of Starbucks because Starbucks is about $3.50 to $4.50 now. Okay. However, what if I told you that you could advertise your business to 1,300 people weekly for $10? Guys, that's already $40. That's like $1.10 a day almost. Okay. So that's just one way though. That's the crazy part about it. That's just one way. Okay. But then guys, what if I told you there are social media platforms and Google and different internet marketing platforms, guys, where you can get your message in front of thousands every day for $2 a day. Guys, that's $60 a month. Is your business not worth $60 a month to get your message out there in front of people? Guys, this is why I'm so passionate about um, technology and integrating it with your business, especially if you have a retail location. Guys, did you know you could literally offset your rent? If you're renting a retail space, you could literally offset your rent with a product and services that has no overhead just by using these tactics that I'm telling you right now. This is why it's so cool. Literally, you could bring in an additional $10,000 a month using these strategies that I'm talking to you about today, not only for recruiting, but for marketing your business. So some of you might say, well, I want new recruits, but I need them to come in with their own clients. Okay, but guess what? What if you found a lot of recruits that don't have as many clients, but you can also tell them we're gonna get walk-ins as well, a lot of walk-ins, because you're using this same system. This is what's so cool about it, guys. This is nothing that breaks the bank. This is all about testing until you get the results you want. And the best part about it is it's cheap to test. It's not expensive. Don't get me wrong. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. But just to test the waters, guys, less than $2 a day. That's $60 a month that could have your advertisement for your business uh every single day in front of thousands of people. How powerful is that? But last but not least, guys, a wonderful way to really advertise your business and get more clients as well as recruit is through books. You know, this is, like I said, millennials are some of the most educated people, but at this time now, not just millennials, we are the most smart consumers ever right now. Any and everything that someone says, someone will go back and research it. I'm sure many of you, when you get off this training, you're gonna go Google something and you're gonna go review it. But let me see if this is really true, right? You can use that same power to draw people into your business. Guys, do you know that people sell ebooks and make over $10,000 a month just selling ebooks? Ebooks. Seriously, guys. Literally, if you could sell $10,000 a month worth of a particular product that does not have any physical overhead, okay, not a huge overhead or investment, like how would that change your business? Drastically, I'm sure. Guys, you can use this same strategy that I'm going to be talking to you about more into with bringing in more clients as well as recruits. So let's talk about the bird's eye view of this recruiting machine. Okay. So Now, we were talking about the things that really draw millennials in, right? So let's say, for instance, if you had a great benefit package, and I don't mean health and dental and all of that, that's great, right? But if we understand millennials correctly, we understand they want to be a part of something big. Okay. Number one, you need to figure out what is the purpose of your beauty business. You really in this time and day age that we're living in now, especially like I said with millennials, you want to connect your business to a bigger purpose. Not just that we're open and we do great customer service. Guys, that is so bland and boring. The workplace now, they don't want boring. Okay. So let's take a look at this bird's eye view of the 24-hour recruiting machine. Now, first, you have your ideal client. See up here? This is all your ideal clients. So some of you guys, you're doing your different recruiting methods that you have. You have to have an ideal client in mind to make it more effective. Number one, you're going to send them through your funnel, right? They're going to see some of your information, some of that eye-catching information, that information that you're going to be bragging about your brand and why they should want to work for you and not the other person or the other guy. Okay. Now, once they come out and they see your information, they're either going to do one or two things. One, they're going to say, you know what? I'm interested. I'm in. I want to work for you. But guess what? Some of the people are going to say, no, I don't think so. Not right now. I'm not decided, right? We all have those three different ones: yes, no, or maybe so. So for the ones that come through and say no or maybe not right now, you're going to send them back through the funnel with a different perspective as far as why they should work for you. This is why it's important for you to write down, what all do you offer? Not just, oh, well, we give classes. What type of classes do you offer? Because you must understand, if you're just saying, well, we offer classes to our new hires, and someone said, well, what type of class? Well, we offer hair coloring and services here. But guess what, guys? You're competing against YouTube. What can you offer besides something that they can go get on YouTube and learn how to do it just as good? Don't get me wrong. Hands-on training, it is a competitive edge, but you have to be more creative, okay, about how you're putting together your packages. I have several different templates of packages that you can put together that really is in favor of millennials, but not just millennials, getting people to stay and feel like they're a part of something bigger. Okay, I really want you guys to research some of the top Fortune 50 companies and some of the fringe benefits that they give. Because it's not all about medical, dental, and 401k anymore. It's about other things such as a training platform, business training platform. Give them a variety, opportunity to work on your social media account. Something that you guys don't understand is with millennials, since they love technology, say for instance, if you hated social media, you could hire a stylist in, a millennial stylist in, and have them work on your social media half the time out the week. Look how that would impact your business on a positive way. You're giving someone to do something they love to do anyway. Why wouldn't it work? Okay. So this is the bird's eye view of the 24-hour recruiting machine. You have your target market. Let's go over it again. They're going to go through the funnel. You're going to put your content. You need to have content. Content is simply pieces of information that you have online that tells the marketplace what solutions you provide. And you need to get those down for your clients as well as your recruitments. After that, they're going to crank through for you 24 hours a day. You're going to set it and forget it. That's what's so cool about this. Now, here's the part about how do you get team members and customers to stay, pay, and refer in an automatic, autopilot manner, as I stated earlier. Well, guys, the number one tool for business automation is email marketing, email automation. Okay. Email, it doesn't sound fancy. It could be tedious to some people, it can be boring. But, guys, email marketing is so effective on so many different levels. Email marketing is the piece to your business that you need to continue to build relationship with clients. How many of you right now can honestly say that you have reached out or even sent out an e-card, an e-birthday card to your clients that you have right now, whether it be a birthday card or anniversary card? How many of you have actually sent those out? This is something that you can automatically set up in email marketing. If someone wanted to follow up with you about your hiring, about your recruitment process, guys, you literally could set it up automatically in email marketing. You wouldn't even have to get back to them until you felt that they went through the process and they really have a clear understanding about your business. This is why it's important for you to understand the different tools and resources that technology have to offer and what they can do for you. Even if you don't want social media, email marketing is something that you truly need. Because the reason why clients don't stay, pay, and refer is because you're not building relationship with them. They forget about you. Some people, as soon as they hear a new offer or something new or a discounted price, they're jumping ship. You know why? Because you are not interacting with them. This is what email marketing does for you in the background, 24 hours a day. Okay. Now, let's recap what we've learned so far. All right. For the best recruiting tactics, number one, what type of brand do you have? You want to reverse engineer it so that if you have a luxury brand, you want to reach out to luxury people. You want to get that ideal client profile down. You want to understand who are the people in my area. Okay. Say for instance, if you wanted to do all new recruitments and you wanted to mentor your stylists, everybody, you wanted to groom them to be exactly the way you wanted to. Let me ask you this. How many times have you went to graduation ceremonies, or how many times have you researched the enrollments or the different hair and cosmetology schools in your area? See, some of you guys, you want everything already ready made. What you don't realize is when you sometimes get people in their infancy or the novice level, they would love to stay with you more, especially when you groom them. Not only that, now that you understand what's important to millennials, you can go in with this information already noted, and you can present a application or a presentation that hit all the key triggers and points that are important to the millennials. Okay. One last example of something that I'm going to tell you about is as far as a brand case study of how millennials or how this brand connected to a lot of people, especially millennials, and became, I believe they're $1 billion company now, but I know they have raked in almost $70 million. How many of you have heard of the brand called Toms? TOMS. It's a shoe brand. It's an ugly shoe, actually. I don't care for the shoe, but their purpose. Did you know every time you purchase a pair of shoes, they donate a pair of shoes? Guys, that one tactic of putting shoes on the feet of people that can't afford them in America and third world companies has shot this company to $1 billion status. I truly believe it's a billionaire company now, $1 billion company now. You can research it on your own though. It's called TOMS, Toms. But guys, majority of their customers is millennials. I'll never forget when I was working at the wireless communication company and I was surrounded with millennials. They're pretty cool actually, but all of them were wearing Toms, the girls and the guys, because it's a unisex shoe. And I was like, oh, that shoe is horrible. But when I started to do the research, because I'm a researcher, when I started to do the research on this brand, I didn't even like the shoe. But I said, you know what? I really like what they're doing. And I ended up making a purchase of the shoe. Guys, digging to a deeper purpose and connecting to your team members as well as new recruits is the key to getting people to stay, pay, and refer. You know, we can break it down to old fashioned business fundamentals. When was the last time you gave your current stylist an Amazon gift card or a Starbucks gift card? When was the last time you went to even a Dollar Tree, if you have those in your area, and bought thank you cards? It's the small things that add up to the larger things that will again get clients as well as recruits to stay, pay, and refer. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video today. If you have any other questions or would like to work with me more on a one-on-one basis, we'll put the links in the video description, and you can always email us at beautybranduniversity@gmail.com. I want to thank you so much for watching. Have a good evening.